Welcome to our team training here tonight. We have a very, very special guest, as you can literally see. Isn't it so nice not to, I get to be quiet. You still have to listen to me in the beginning, don't you? But anyway, I'm really, really excited, y'all. This is a special treat. You probably heard at the beginning that James has just been on a session with Mitra Ray. We all know who Dr. Mitra Ray is in the business. And here he's taking the time at the end of the night to speak to our team during our normal team training time. So if you're just in for a treat, I want James to have all the time he can have. But if you aren't familiar with Edge Theory, you're going to get pretty excited here pretty quick. They are social media content. I don't know. I'm going to let James tell you a little bit more about the company. But James has been with them since the company's inception. And he's currently the head of the Soundboard team. I know some of you are familiar with Soundboard, but many of you are not. You're going to be really excited about this. As we all know, social media moves fast, and James makes it his job to stay ahead of the curve. And he's really excited to share his knowledge with us all tonight. You heard me joking about James' demeanor. He lives with 4 beautiful girls, I love this, who all take their Juice Plus chewables every day. So that part, James, and then adding the middle school principal and teacher for 11 years, I'm like, wow, you must have like patience like nobody else. So impressed. So anyway, we know without a doubt, we have some people in the team that have done great things with social media. It's an incredible platform to share our message and our passions and all about our life, but it definitely can be overwhelming at times. And so James is going to take us through some of the best practices for social media, as well as introduce us to the Healthy Living Soundboard and some other social media training resources. So James, I will mute myself out and I will turn it over to you.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you so much for making the time for us tonight. Truly appreciate it.
Happy to do it. Happy to do it. So as Andrew said, and I recognize some of your names, but I'm James Ketchum. I am with the company called Edge Theory. Edge Theory is an official Juice Plus partner. You might have stumbled on our link in the virtual office. We've been running the Soundboard in one form or another for 2 years now for the company. And the version that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight, we launched it at Fall Conference in St. Louis. And we're still working alongside corporate to bring all this to the masses, but a lot of what motivates us is not only what the Soundboard can do, but also a lot of these education pieces that we offer, because having content is a great thing, but knowing how to leverage that content is an even better thing. So that's what we're going to talk through tonight. To give y'all a quick background, I and my family am long-term Juice Plus consumers. I am not in the business, although I did meet Brian Rose at conference in Anaheim, and within like 8 minutes, he had me thinking about it. That dude's legit. So I have to tell you all this story real quick. So when I was a little kid, I was a really picky eater, like really picky. All I ate was cinnamon toast and Filet-O-Fish sandwiches from McDonald's, which does not make any sense, I know, but that was the only thing I would put in my body. And when I was a kid, it was called you're a picky eater and you're a problem. Well, now it's called sensory processing disorder. Okay, so like fruit, it stops right here. It's not going any further. The gag reflex is hyper. It's a problem. So I take my Juice Plus and I don't get sick. Well, when my oldest daughter, who's now 6, was just starting the process of trying table food, and 6 months old, 7 months old, my wife called me crying at work one day. Lily threw up a banana. What are we going to do? I'm like, well, of course she threw up a banana, baby, because bananas are nasty. Why would she not do that? But you know what my first thought was? Okay, I have cursed my child with my food thing, but it's not a problem because I've got Juice Plus gummies. And ever since then, we're golden. So she doesn't eat that well, but we rest easy because she's got the chewables. So thank you for what you do. Okay. Let's focus on what we're going to talk about tonight. Conversation. Edge Theory. We're a conversation media company. We built our company because we live in a conversation economy. it is the greatest asset that you have in your tool belt as an independent business owner. It is either your greatest asset, or if you use it wrong, it is quite a liability. So we built the Soundboard to meet the needs of social media, or the pain points of social media. A, I don't have time to post. B, I don't know what to say. So the Soundboard is designed to be that fuel for your connections, to grow your conversation, to grow your business. And a lot of what we're going to be talking about tonight, and if you guys want to do more trainings, we'll work with Andrew on that. But it's a great thing to have content, and the Soundboard's going to do that for you. But it is insufficient to push content out there and just sit back and say, aha, I have posted. Now they will come. Now they will talk to me. Now they will buy from me. You know, it doesn't work like that in real life. It doesn't work like that on social media. We have to learn how to connect with people with content as the basis for that. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to provide this relevant, compelling, compliant content for you to have every single day. So we built Edge Theory on this concept that connections matter, and it's not all about talking about yourself. It's not all about talking about your product. It is about talking about the things that intersect with the concepts, ideas, and thoughts and desires and feelings that your pre-customers have. Because y'all, people don't know who you are, and they probably don't know what Juice Plus is, but they sure want to know how to feel better, how to not be tired, how to deal with stress, how to have a healthier life in today's just slam bang, run, go get them, on to the next thing. So we've got to learn how to talk in a way that doesn't pound the brand, but meets people where they are and enter into conversations that are going on, so that when people who don't know who you are out there looking for a healthy solution to feeding a family of 4 on the go, they get connected with you and your content, because that's what you're talking about. You're meeting them where they are. And this is the road to turning a pre-customer into a customer. That is our philosophy. So how do we do that? Well, you're going to see this link all the time. This is where Team Triumph has a Soundboard link. The Soundboard is designed to be 3 major things. One is a place for content so that you can turn pre-customers, whether they are strangers, friends, or family, into customers by providing good content that you can share across multiple platforms. Part 2 of the value prop is, we know that you're in the business to make money, and you need to grow your business, and you need new team members to do that. And so we want to help you acquire those types of conversations and interests as well, because you all have the most incredible, and I say this at every training, and if you've heard me say it before, I don't apologize for repeating myself. Juice Plus is the greatest company that I have the pleasure to work with. We run soundboards for a lot of different brands, a lot of different verticals. It never feels like this with any other group that I get to work with. But you all do not lead with the product, how great the product is. You do not lead with promises of vacation homes and Lamborghinis like other unnamed direct sales organizations. You care about helping people get better and having solutions to the process, the one simple change, to take the steps to get their families healthy. And that message comes across loud and clear from corporate. It comes across loud and clear from each of you individually. And we want that same message to come across loud and clear through social, because you know that if you're in the grocery store and your buggy is full of kale and Swiss chard and whatever else you're going to put in your juicer, and somebody taps you on the shoulder and says, "You raising rabbits? What is that?" You don't start talking about Juice Plus. You start talking to them. "Oh, look at your buggy. It's full of frozen pizza and Pepsi," right? And you start to mock them. No, I'm kidding. You don't do that. you start a conversation. You say, well, here's what we're doing. We're having a salad in a jar party. You want to come? And that starts the conversation. We need to do the same thing on social. We can't just think, I have posted, now someone will buy. All that to say, we want to provide, thinking through content, but also thinking through the training. So here's a little freebie for you. I should have put this link here. I'll go ahead and type it out here for you real quick. The Social 30, I know back to my, I'm a teacher at heart, teacher by trade. People learn in different ways. And so I wrote a free book that you can have. You don't have to be signed up for the Soundboard. Here's where you find it if you want it. It is a 30-day guide to growing your business on social media. So I like to do trainings like this because people can ask questions. You hear it, you see it, but I also know that some people work better at their own pace. And so taking a cue from Mitra's Transform 30 with a day-by-day, step-by-step, here's exactly what you need to do, action points today to have an impact on your business in social media. So that is what the Social 30 is. It's not like you have to start it at some time and then it's going to expire. It's a giant PDF. You work through it at your own pace. And it also has an accompanying video series that unpacks a lot of those ideas. So it's totally free. Take it, share it with your team, whatever you want to do. Yeah, there you go. So let's talk. So Andrea asked me to talk about a couple of real specific things that we touched on at Carrie Daigle's Keep Punching Team wrap up at conference. And these are ideas that people have said to me multiple times that these are some of the best and simplest ways that they figured out how to go out and make real, good, authentic connections with people on social. All right, so let's talk about Facebook first. Facebook being your warmest market because people already know you and they know some things about you. And nobody's going to laugh at you if you post a gluten-free recipe or an article about exercise ideas for the family. So how do we leverage, this platform? How do we escape the top of our Facebook feed? If you go to Facebook, or if you've quit going because everything that you see is all Juice Plus all the time, and the only people you ever see at the top of your feed are people who are already in your team or a sideline team or your upline or whatever, and you think, well, it's stupid to post here because everybody's swimming in the same pool. Well, we've got to trick Facebook into letting you out of that bubble. Okay, and how'd you get in that bubble? Well, you get in that bubble because Facebook does not populate your home feed with chronological posts from your friends. It populates your home feed by what it thinks you're most interested in. How does it know what you're most interested in? You're most interested in the things that you've commented on, shared, and engaged with, people you've engaged with in the past. Well, you've probably done those things with Juice Plus people. And so now that's what Facebook keeps putting at the top of your feed. And so you begin to comment and you keep talking to those same people. And so the top of your feed becomes this self-fulfilling prophecy because Facebook thinks that's who you want to talk to and that's what you want to see. And it gets real homogenous real quick. Well, we got to shake that. We got to rattle that. We've got to get outside of that home feed, and we've got to get more people seeing our own stuff, and we've got to make healthy connections with our friend network on Facebook because, again, this is the lowest hanging fruit that you have as far as social goes. So let's talk about this concept right here. Affinity, your affinity score. So you have a relationship with people in your friend network, but they are not all created equal. So if you sign up for Facebook in 2010 or whenever, And your first 48 hours on Facebook are by far the most fun 48 hours that you will ever have on Facebook because the friend requests just go. How does Facebook know? Well, you tell it where you went to school, you tell it, where you live, you tell it where you work, and boom, all these circles find you. Well, after that, it starts to slow down. So you let's say you accept all these friend requests, and you get a friend request from somebody you went to grade school with, 15 or 30 years ago, or it was probably closer to 30, whenever it was. And you haven't engaged with that person, talked to that person, thought about that person on Facebook in 7 years. Well, you have a very low affinity score with that individual. So Facebook, even though you're friends with them, does not put their stuff at the top of your feed because Facebook thinks you don't care about that person. And truth be told, you don't care about that person. So we need to tell all these people that are at the bottom of our Facebook feed that we care about them. Now, keep in mind, if you scrolled for 2 hours, 3 hours on your Facebook feed every day, you would see all of your friends' stuff. But if you scroll on Facebook for 3 hours every day, you're not going to make NMD this year. So don't do that. So what you need to do is this. You need to go to Facebook and you need to go to your friend network. So let's go to our profile. People always ask me why I have this picture. Do y'all know who this is? I can't hear anybody. So sorry, we're in a webinar. I know it's not as fun. This is D.B. Cooper, one of the top 10 most wanted FBI. He hijacked a plane in 1968, and he stole like $300,000 in cash from this bank, and then hijacked a plane and had him fly it over the woods in Oregon. And he jumped out of the plane with all the money, and he was never found again. Well, if I put sunglasses on, that's what I look like. Just saying, I might have some money somewhere. So anyway, sorry, that was unnecessary. All right, so go to your friend network. I lost my thread there. Go to your friend network, and here's what you do to reinvigorate your affinity score with a bunch of people and to shake up that homogeneous top of your Facebook feed, same old stuff. You need to go through your list and you need to find somebody that you realize you have not connected with on Facebook in forever. And you need to reestablish a connection with them for 3 reasons. 1, back to the missionally minded pat on the back that I gave you. You care about people and you want to really know how they're doing. That's the first motivation. The second motivation is you want to see the stuff that they are posting so that you can comment and engage with them on a personal basis more frequently. The third thing, and let's just call a spade, this is our most important motivation, is you want them to see your stuff that you're posting, your healthy living stuff, that you want these people to know about this aspect of you so that they'll comment on it and start a conversation because they are not seeing your stuff. Who's seeing your stuff? Juice Plus people. So here's a great example. This is my good buddy, Ben. Ben and I were besties in high school, went to different colleges, landed in different states, got married, you know the drill. Didn't talk for a long time. Reconnected on Facebook, but didn't talk through Facebook and have been Facebook friends for years. So when I was experimenting with this at the beginning of this year, I went to Ben's profile and realized he's very active on Facebook with family and kids' pictures and baseball games and all that stuff. And I knew that I had not been seeing any of his posts ever. And so what I did was I found this announcement of this band that he and I used to listen to that had gotten back together and that was on tour. And I posted that on his wall, and we had this funny back and forth, you know, hey, great to hear from you. How's it going? How's your family? And then cracking all these jokes about this terrible band. But now, because I did that, my affinity score with him went way up, and I reconnected with him on the platform, and Facebook says, oh, you care about this person again. You want to see what they're doing. And all of his stuff started showing up in my feed. So here's how you do this. Go through, spend time going through your friend network. It's probably way bigger than mine. And find those people that you know you haven't talked to. Go talk to them. Go post on their wall or comment on something. You've got to visit their profile, though. You have to escape your home feed. So go post on their something recent they've done, if it's a photo or something, and just start talking to them and be yourself, and your affinity score goes way up. So if you will take the time to do this a little bit once a day, one person a day, you know, obviously it would take me more than a year. Some of y'all, it might take you a long time, but you will find that your home feed gets really, really varied, and it gets, Facebook disrupts kind of its own algorithm, because now all of a sudden you are talking to all these people and you're starting to see all their stuff. And then again, back to our ultimate motivation, they're seeing your stuff. And so many more opportunities for conversation pop up when that happens. Okay, that's thought one on how to market on Facebook. Do I have any questions? Y'all, I'm sorry, this is not what most people are used to. This is a webinar format Zoom as opposed to just calls. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the chat window, and I will take them as we go. But no questions so far? Okay, 8th grade teacher, I take silence as a no. Moving on. All right, next thought that is a really great thought, and Andrea liked this one too, so I brought this one to the table, is prospecting on Facebook outside of your own friend network. Everybody's probably familiar with groups. You're probably a member of a number of Juice Plus groups. You may have a group that you run for your team to keep them updated. You may have a group that you run for your customers to keep them updated. Let's think bigger than that, all right? Let's think about groups in terms of warm markets where you can add to the conversation and make lots of new connections. Okay, so let's go back over to Facebook and let's make a search. Let's search for healthy food. So at the top here, you see all these categories, blah, 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 blah. We don't want any of this. We want to come all the way over here to groups. So you have all these groups that are around this topic. Well, guess what? You, as an authority on the healthy living space, have a lot to say about this topic. And just in one search, without even scrolling down, I'm not awesome at the maths, we're approaching 300,000 people right here that you can talk to easily. Start posting into these groups. This thing has 182,000 members. If you hit this button, I promise you'll be added to this group in 5 minutes. Let's skip this one. And this one's small, and it looks like all Juice Plus people. But here's another 100,000, 15,000. So here's the point. If you will take the time to join these groups, comment on other people's posts, check out what other people are doing. That's thought number one, and you will make a lot of new connections. Thought number two is use the Soundboard. If you're not signed up for the Soundboard, I highly recommend it. Let's scroll down here and find something that is related to some good food. So there's some business related stuff we've been putting up lately. Here we go, vegetarian Memorial Day recipes. So we're going to click on this. We've got this great recipe article here. We want to scroll down to the bottom, and we want to share this in a Facebook group that we have just joined. All right, and if you want to change the selected text, you can. So let's hit this groups button. We want to share on a Facebook group. And we do not want to share on our own timeline. we want to share in a group that we are a part of. And let's see, how many healthy? Here's one I've joined. Omi's Healthy Eating. And then we paste in our suggested text. And you hit post. And guess what? You have just contributed to the conversation. Upwards of 200,000 people that you don't know are now seeing your stuff. And so this is an incredible way to get to people. And it doesn't just have to be healthy living. I mean, if you're a guitar player, if you're a cyclist, if you're a fly fisherman or woman, or you love the WWE, whatever, join these groups and start making these connections. And then what you're going to find is you're no longer stuck in that rut of, well, I've posted an article to my home feed. How come no one's asking me to buy something? You know, it's you're doing the work of starting the conversation. You're doing the work of being the authority. You're doing the work of providing that relevant content to people who are really, really interested in what you have to say. I mean, my goodness, look at this one. There's a 1,300, almost 1,400 new members. I think that means in the last like 3 days. This group is closed. Well, it's big enough. But it still has the join button here. We'll see what happens. Anyway, you get the point. I mean, you could search for gluten-free. You could search for, you know, healthy families, busy moms, entrepreneurship. I mean, if you want to think about this from a business growth perspective, you all have an incredible business opportunity. It is not taxing to enter your business. It's not one of those that demands a lot from people financially or product-wise up front. You can go find people who are interested in entrepreneurship, who are interested in earning extra money. You know, all of that stuff is here at your fingertips. And combined with the soundboard, you have all the content that you need right here. I mean, you can search for anything that you want topically, and in just a few clicks, you've added to the conversation. Really, really cool stuff. Andrew, do you mind if I take a few minutes to just talk through some soundboard features, or did you want to?
No, I would like you to do that because I've actually gotten a few texts within the team, people who are on right now and aren't familiar with Soundboard. So I think that would be great.
Cool. All right. So if you're currently signed up for Soundboard, just bear with me for a moment because I want to show folks how to get there, and then I want to show everybody some of these new features. So something for everybody here. So what I'm going to do is you see this link that I keep throwing up, triumph.juiceplus.vip. I set this one up for your team. There's 2 ways to sign up for the Soundboard, this link, or you can get there through your virtual office. But if you'll do it through this link, if we get a good number of signups, we give away Apple Watches every month. But if you sign up using this link, it ties you to tonight's presentation. It doesn't necessarily mean you're on Team Triumph, but it'll tie you to tonight's presentation and put you in a little bit of a smaller bucket for the drawing. And Andrew, we really do give these away, don't we?
Yes, we actually have one that we won from you all.
It was legit too. It was a random number generator.
I know I stole it from Brandon.
Did you?
I did.
That's awesome. Well, he loves you. So, okay. So to sign up, I'll show you real quick. We'll go to triumph.juiceplus.vip. So you got a little welcome here, and there's all kinds of information here that you can read, but all the plans come with the 10-day free trial. So you can click around on it. I'm not going to take the time to do that, but just real quick, let me tell you what you're getting. So again, 10 days free with any plan. So let's start here. Twitter is the only social media platform that allows outside systems to auto post for their users. Okay, so what you are purchasing with this is for $5 a month, we will tweet for you every single day, good looking, healthy living content that will go out attach you to larger conversations, get the attention of new people, and you will pick up new organic followers and new people interested in what you are saying. But that's all that does. Most people go with this or this because this gives you access to what I was showing you a moment ago, which is content that you can pick from to post on your own. So all the other biggies, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Google+, Facebook Messenger, etc. None of those allow for automatic posting. I cannot post to your Facebook feed every day on your behalf. So what you've got here is access, quick access, and in just a couple of clicks to share content whenever you want. And if we have time tonight, I'll show you even a scheduling tool that can make your life a little easier. For $15 a month, this gives you access to all that content plus automatic Twitter content for you. So whatever you pick, you hit try it now, and it's going to bring up 4 fields that we need information from. We need you. We need a valid email for you. And I do this a lot, so got to make one up here. And then it's going to ask for your website. And so I recommend you either put in your Juice Plus site or if you have one of these deals where Juice Plus is like a part of a larger brand that you offer, or if you own a gym or something and you want us to promote that, whatever, we'll do that. But this link, we tweet this link out a lot because we want people to be connected to you and not just juiceplus.com. And then, of course, we need a password. So this is, once you hit create, it'll bring you back to this screen, and then it's going to ask you for a monthly or annual. So 2 things with annual. One is, like it says, you get 2 months for free. And the other thing is, if you sign up for an annual plan, you get a free half-hour Zoom one-on-one with me or somebody on my team to help you with any and all social media questions that you have, because we want you to, get off on the right foot. So just be aware of the fact that when you click annual, although it looks like it prorates it per month, there is a notification here that you do get charged for the whole year up front after your free trial. So once you hit subscribe, I'm going to pause my share so I don't put my credit card on YouTube. That would not be good. But once you put this in, promise, Boy Scouts honor, you will not be billed for 10 days. So you put that in, and then it brings you to this screen, and it asks you to do one more thing, and this is where you hook your Twitter handle in. And so once you hit this button, it will go out and grab your Twitter handle. If you don't have one at this point, it will bring you to this screen right here, and you can create one on the spot with just an email address for free. And then it'll bring you back to the soundboard, and your Twitter's hooked in. Okay, so then at any point when you're ready to go back and access the content that you want to share, you can use the triumph.juiceplus.vip or just juiceplus.vip. Either way, I recommend you bookmark it. So let's go there now. And then you've got this sign in at the top right. All of this works on mobile, and I'll show you in a minute. There's some unique features to mobile. Okay, and so what you're looking at here is a year's worth of content. Yeah, there's a year's worth of stuff in here at this point that we have articles, images, and videos that you can share across all of the platforms that you have an account on. So the first couple things here are some images that I put up. Jamie Kinsey let me have these, and these are just some graphics for the upcoming June Shred 10. But mostly what you see are articles like this, and so we pull them from all over the web. We work very hard at making sure that they don't mention competitors or anything like that. But you can see this is not about the product. This is about zooming out from the product and talking about healthy living and telling that healthy living story. So we've got some business-minded stuff here, some fitness-minded stuff, some, like I showed you a moment ago, recipes, all these kinds of things. And so if you see something then that you want, you click on this. What we've done is we've actually put our most popular buttons at the top because people have gotten to where they don't even really read the articles. They just throw it out there. So this is Facebook Personal, Twitter, and then if we have a few minutes, I'll talk to you about Buffer. Buffer is a real game changer. But then you've got the image that's going to go with the article, and then the whole thing, the whole article itself, if you want to preview it, is here. And then remember when I said 2 major pain points with social? I don't have time to post. I don't know what to say. We're giving you what to post, and we're also giving you what to say here. So you've got, this is the text that will accompany the post. You can use it if you want to. You don't have to. You can change it up. You can add to it. But we've got a lot of options here for you, because this is, think of this as the middle of the Hallmark card, right? Even our loved ones don't know what to say to us on our birthday, so they buy us a card. Don't feel bad if you don't know what to say when it comes to posting on social. So here's the middle. So you can post to your Facebook personal wall. You can post, this button works on Facebook groups like I showed you, if you maintain a business page, or you can share it to someone directly. Facebook Messenger is a great way to send something directly to someone. And so a large part of our philosophy of the Soundboard is ongoing existing customer care content as a customer care tool. If you have that family that has picky kids, you can text or Facebook message or email that mom an article. Hey, I saw this and I was thinking about you. Touch your customer with those kinds of things. That way they know you are thinking about them past the reorder. It goes a long way. And also, just, you know, throwing it out there, social media, as we think of it, is one to many, but texting, email, Facebook Messenger, those are social media platforms too. They're just one-to-one, much more direct. So we've got Twitter, LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn presence, you know, business-minded stuff does really well there. Here's the email. Pinterest is good for graphics, and we'll talk about those 2 guys if we have time. But then all you have to do is hit the button, share on Facebook, up pops the window. You paste in the text, you add something to it if you want, don't have to. And then you just hit post, and it's done. So in 3 clicks, you have some good looking content going out that you didn't have to think too hard about or work too hard to get. So that's pretty cool. And then we also, you know, just like this kind of stuff, we've got images too. So they work the same as the articles. You just hit this. You've got a hashtag to go with it, and then you've got a good looking image to go out on your wall as well. It doesn't have to always be articles. So we really encourage people to mix it up. You know, of course, be yourself, talk about the other things that are going on in your life. But when it comes time to posting this kind of stuff, it's all here and it's all provided. Now I'm going to switch the view real quick to mobile because I want to show you a couple features that are unique to mobile. And I have been working with Mitra on the Shred 10 stuff, Brian Rose on the Healthy Living Revolution stuff, and Julie Herbst on the Mission Driven Model stuff. So at the top right here, if you see these 3 lines, I'm going to click that and we get a drop down, and you see this button that says topics. So we've started to wrap up some of these posts into these topics so that they're much easier to find, because we want you to be able to revisit them quickly. So let's hit the Shred 10 button here. This is really cool. And Brian and Mitra really helped with this. So I'm going to scroll down past these images here that are only valid, you know, for the next week or so. And let's get into this. So I took the system, the Shred 10 system guide, and you know, it has a recommended day-by-day, step-by-step script for touching your existing Shred 10 customers to make sure they stick with it. Well, we have taken all of that stuff and put it here so that in just a few clicks, you can text your customers the recommended thing. Now, you can change it up if you want, but you can see here we've got day 0, so that's the prep before it starts. And then you can see we've got day 1 morning text, day 1 midday text, day 1 evening text. So you click this, we've got a nice graphic here, and then let's scroll down a little bit. And you'll notice we have a new button here, the green button, that is the texting button. And then you'll notice under the suggested message, we usually have multiple choices. Well, we've taken straight out of the Shred guide what it suggests. Now, you can add to it. But when you hit the text button, it brings up your texting app. And so I will send this to my boss. He loves getting these texts from me at 9:43 p.m. Okay, so then you can see here, you've got the text message itself. If you want to change it or add to it, you can. And then it's got the graphic built in. If you want it to go out, you leave the link. If you don't want the graphic to go out, you delete it. But then you just hit, and you are sending them a nice looking image and that little encouraging phrase there. Okay, and then he responded to the last one I sent him on Metra's call. So he slept well. Shred 10, baby. Okay, so you have this at your fingertips, all of these resources to make this as absolutely easy as possible for you to stay on top of customer maintenance and for you to have this good looking content going out across any channel that you want. And again, we're going to continue to add to this, but we've got all of these wonderful people have given us not only permission, but a lot of help in adding this specific stuff. So we really envision Soundboard as a hub for all these resources to make your life as simple as possible. And then we also have a search feature built in, which I'll show you because this is the other feature that's pretty unique to mobile. So let's search for image only. I know it's going to bring up some of the Shred stuff at the beginning. But Instagram, you know, is a huge marketplace and a huge potential platform for you to make these connections. But there is no share to Instagram button because of the nature of the way that Instagram operates. It's a completely closed platform. So how do we get this nice looking image onto Instagram without that button down there? Okay, here's how you do it. At the top there where it says HLR show me, we're going to click this, and that is actually a link to where we host the image. And now just tap and hold until this pop-up comes up, and we're going to do save image, and that saves it to our camera roll. And so now when we go to Instagram and we want to create a post, there is our graphic right there. Oh, look, Joe texted me back. So there's our graphic. So you can create a post just like you would with all your other photos. And you can mess with the filters and all that stuff. And then you're probably familiar with this if you are an Instagram user, but Instagram does a really good job of suggesting active hashtags. And so you can start searching for something and throw in a few of these hashtags that are frequently used. So you got healthy food at 27 million, healthy eating at 16 million. You have a lot of potential connections here just doing this simple thing. So that is pretty cool. Trying to make it as absolutely easy as possible to allow you to have that constant presence. And then Andrea and I can talk about it, but what I'd also like to offer is some deeper trainings if you all are interested in how to navigate social, how to leverage this content, how to make sure that you're not leaving, potential connections or business on the table, because so many people at this point tell me, James, Soundboard is awesome and it's really making a difference, but what do I do with all these connections and engagements and attention that I'm getting? How do I capitalize on that? And so that's the next step, and that's I guess getting your bachelor's in social media that we can all work on together. I'm going to throw this back up and take some time for questions. If anybody has any. Andrea, do you have any thoughts, comments?
Yeah, I have a couple. Well, first, if I know that we've had you for a while, and certainly if people need to get off, they can, but
Yeah.
I personally would love to know about Buffer and
Okay.
how to make, is that,
Yeah.
do you mind?
I do not mind. It's cool. Okay, Jonathan, when is this training you were talking about? I will show you in just a minute here. Okay, so Buffer, super cool. We're going to go to buffer.com. And so buffer.com has a free.com, and it has a free app that you use on your phone. So when you come to Buffer, you can connect your social media channels here, and it allows you to connect one platform for one profile per platform for free. Sorry, I'm going to answer Jennifer's question real quick. Jennifer says, I can't find how to post to a group that I manage. It automatically posts to my personal page. So Jennifer, real quick, when you're looking at Soundboard, there's two Facebook buttons. This one is always going to go to your personal profile. You've got to go down and click this one, which is the groups or a business page. Now, full disclosure, this button that is so helpful and useful, Facebook broke the mobile version. This button is not going to appear on Soundboard on your phone or your iPad, and it's the pits, and we're bummed about it, and they won't tell us when they're going to fix it. So if you want to use this button, you got to do it through your computer, and I apologize for the inconvenience, but that's where it is. Okay, so back to Buffer. So what you do is you come in and you connect your profiles. So you can do a Twitter. Now, if you want to manage multiple Facebook profiles or pages through your account, you have to upgrade to their paid plan, which is $10 a month, and that is a separate fee from Soundboard because they're an independent, separate company. But anyway, after you hook in your profiles, so you can see I've got my Facebook, my Twitter, and my LinkedIn all hooked up and ready to go. So here's what Buffer does. When you're on the Soundboard and you don't want to have to think about posting every morning and every night, you can see Buffer's super popular. It's at the top. What you do is you click the Buffer button, and it's going to bring up the Buffer scheduler. And so you can see I've got my 3 profiles highlighted here. If you don't want it to go out on a certain profile, you just turn it off, but it will automatically go out on all 3, which is a very good thing. Let it do that. So let's click on it, what it's going to look like on Twitter. Okay, so here's the message for Twitter. And then if you want to put an image with it, which I highly recommend, you can. And then let's come take a look at what the Facebook article looks like. Now you'll notice there's no text here. Buffer has this really stupid policy about auto copying text for Facebook. If you want the text, you have to come back here and manually copy it. So we're going to copy it, paste it. You don't have to use it. You can type something on your own. But then here's the nice looking image, and here's what the article is going to look like. And this article to me makes sense for LinkedIn, so I'm going to leave that on. So it's going to go out on all 3. And then here's the killer feature of Buffer. Click on the down arrow and then click on schedule. And we want to schedule this. So typically peak Facebook times, LinkedIn and Twitter doesn't matter, just whenever. But peak Facebook is 6 to 8 a.m., whatever time zone you're in, and 6 to 9 p.m. So we want to be in that window. So let's schedule this to go out tomorrow morning when someone's slurping their coffee and staring at their phone. So I always talk through this and I slow it down, but in about 6 clicks and in less than 2 minutes, we've got our social media content for tomorrow morning taken care of. And now let's go pick another article quickly. Innocent mistakes that might be sabotaging your workout goals. So let's schedule something to go out tomorrow night. So again, let's pick, we want a good looking image going out on Twitter. We need to have text for Facebook. So that's the title of the article. Let's do something else. Here we go. So let's get some text for Facebook. And then looks good for LinkedIn. I'm going to turn that one off for LinkedIn. So now let's schedule this one to go out tomorrow night. So we want to be peak. Make sure we hit PM and then we schedule. So I don't know, 10, 12 clicks, social media content for tomorrow is totally taken care of. So if you will block out 20 minutes every 5 or 6 days, Buffer's free version lets you schedule up to 10 posts out. So you can stretch that across a week, and then you can come back to your dashboard here and click on content, and you can see what you've got scheduled and when it's going to go out. And now you don't have to think about it. And so your job at that point is to stay on top of your notifications and to take your social media time to go and do what we talked about earlier, which is to make connections. You don't have to spend your time digging for content and figuring out what to post. Soundboard's got your back. Now you go take the front line of conversation and spend your time like that, and you will find that the pieces fall into place. And I think you'll be pleased with the results. So there's Buffer.
Excellent. Thank you, James. Really appreciate it. I'm excited to incorporate that. And I just want to say, I know I don't want to keep you any longer tonight, but I have found, okay. I'm like, I see a comment. Hopefully it's not a question for you, but really appreciate this. I'm telling you all, this is invaluable to us. This is the best value truly that can come to your business, because you know that old cliche saying, time is money. It literally is. And I mean, I get so excited. Brandon, my husband, is sitting here next to me watching this whole thing. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just can't wait to sit back on social media and build business. And you all have made it so easy for us. So, and then that you would stay up late talking to us here in training. I really, really appreciate it. So James, thank you so much for your time.
Sure. And to answer Jonathan's question, so here's the next training series that I'm doing. Andrea, I'll send you this screenshot.
Yeah, if you would. I'll post it on my team page.
Yeah. This is going to be, I'm actually starting this for Diana Sears and her team. So this will start this week. But if you can't make the daytimes, I have run through this series before, and I have all of these recorded. And so if you want to join us live, feel free to. My Zoom seat's 500, so I don't think we're going to have a problem with that. But the other thing is, if you will search for Healthy Living Soundboard on YouTube, and Andrea, I'll send you this link as well. But I have this whole series already recorded for Jamie Kinsey's team that I did, and I can just send you. I've got it in a YouTube playlist, and you can just
excellent.
watch it as you have time. So
thank you.
Yeah. Okay, team. Okay, Brandon, I owe you an Apple Watch.
Yeah, you can send another one. I'll text you my address. You can send a second.
Okay. Brandon, if you haven't signed up, you can sign up and register to win again.
He's
no,
on
you
there.
did signed up. That's how you won. Yeah, duh.
That's how he won. Yep.
Yep.
All right. Thank you all, team. Thank you for staying a little bit longer with us tonight. And James, again, thank you so much for investing in us and our success. Really appreciate your time.
All right.
Thanks,
Happy
James.
Memorial Day.
All right, you too. We'll be talking to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.